Hi Pisces, welcome to your end of July 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Alrighty then, let us see what we are... Okay. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Three of Swords. This is a card of feeling a sense of rejection from somebody else, especially a love partner. You know, feeling like they don't love me. They don't really love me. It's very important that if you're nodding your head right now and saying, yes, I feel that way, that you're very clear that that is the case, that it's not just the type of proof that you're looking for. You know, some people are the strong, silent type, and they're very loyal, they're very loving in terms of respect, but they might not say it. You know, that isn't necessarily important to say something. Also, the other thing that you want to consider is whether you are expecting too much. Love is something, I always say that I'd rather somebody say that they like me than they love me, because love is kind of a loaded word to me. It can be almost like a demand. Like, I love you, so that means you have to love me. So if you love someone and you're like in a relationship with them and they treat you well, but maybe they're not romantic, maybe they're just like meat and potatoes. That's what I call Taurus, meat and potato sign. But they're very basic in that, and they're not all into poetry and all that stuff. And you're expecting this idealized Harlequin romance version of love, you might be unrealistic. And it might even be kind of like juvenile, like a middle school girl type of mentality. And if they can't fulfill that, then you think, oh, it's no good. But maybe there's shallowness coming from your end in a certain respect. And I'm being, tough love with Pisces, because this card, I think it's really important to see beyond, oh, this is about somebody not loving you, because I don't want to feed into any kind of feelings of victimization or just any negative emotion or drama related to Pisces or the cards that I'm picking. The other thing too, completely unrelated, if you've had heart problems, you may be getting surgery for that. And in any area of life, this card can be about cutting something off cleanly forever. So no going back and forth, like you're done with something. Yes, and that might be the real interpretation for this one, because in the past position we have the Four of Wands of kind of deliberating about something. It could be a relocation issue, maybe a relationship with somebody that you're not sure if, even with them, if you have to move to be closer to them, or they have to move to be closer to you. But I think it's you moving for them, and you're not sure that the relationship warrants that. Also, two different career paths. Wands can be about career paths. And yeah, but it's interesting, because I'm wondering if it is like with a person, and maybe that person is a fire sign. For you, Sagittarius, oh yeah, we got the Temperance card in the challenge position, so maybe it is Sag. Sag, Leo, Aries are fire, but Sag is a mutable sign, like you are. But it's you know, because I look at the higher message and we have pentacles. So if you're deciding between earth sign and fire sign, this reading might suggest that the earth sign is more in alignment with you ultimately. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of, you know, trying, you know, doing your best in your job, you know, working very hard. It's a card of material power. And in terms of like that kind of a choice, it's really choosing between stability and passion. And not to say that you can't have passion in life and that it's ultimately going to produce instability, but you may be dealing with somebody that you have a strong sexual attraction for with the fire energy, and it could burn out just as quickly as it starts. Not to say that it will, I'm just saying it could. That's why I always say could. Sometimes people say, God, it's so like, you know, you're so, you know, I think they mean like mealy-mouthed the way that I'm phrasing things. Well, of course, I'm not going to just say that something's going to happen. I don't want to, it's not I'm trying to have weasel words, but I really want to entertain the possibility that I might be incorrect. You know, and that gives you more space so that you don't have to believe everything that is said. I remember when I used to watch tarot readings, and it would just bum me out when there would be like negative cards, because I was looking, I guess I was looking to be lifted up and reassured that things were going to get better, right? And it really was an unpleasant experience, because I never could really get, you know, unless the cards were just overwhelmingly positive, I was always like anxious about that. So I get it, and I don't want to do the same thing to other people, to give these negative interpretations. Because first of all, that's, you know, what seems negative can be a blessing in disguise anyhow. But the idea is with the fire, especially for somebody like you, I mean, it's something to really point out, Pisces, that that Pisces as a water sign, you would do very well with an earth sign, because they can provide you that groundedness that maybe you don't have within yourself. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. A fire sign doesn't have groundedness either. The grounding makes for more consistency in life. Like if you have a partner who is very organized, very disciplined, that can only rub off well on you, unless they are completely one of those anal types who goes crazy if you're not like them. But if they accept you as you are, they can rub off positively on you, and you can become more like them and still retain that creativity and that those intuitive gifts that you naturally have, those healing gifts, you know. But you may be like totally taken away, swept away by somebody who is a fire sign, because they might be romantic, they might be very spontaneous, and it just feels like some kind of a movie. But the day-to-day experience might be a bit, you know, chaotic. Fire is chaotic because it's, you know, it spreads out of control very easily. So what crosses you is the Temperance card. In addition to being Sagittarius, so we see 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land. If my camera will focus, there it goes. And this is about just what I'm talking about, like being able to, you know, be spiritual, but at the same time have your wits about you, have common sense, and make good decisions on a commonsensical level. Can a Pisces person do that? Yes, I think so. For some, it's going to be very, very intentional that you make a point within yourself. For others, it's going to be something where perhaps you like already have this, you embody these qualities because maybe you do have a lot of earth, you know? I mean, you might have it. Even if your sun is in Pisces, your sun may be also close to Aquarius, and you're less emotional, you're more on the mental plane, and that could make you more balanced or detached. Detachment can create balance for a Pisces. This also can be about addiction issues. I'm not saying you, but if the I was going to say if the bong fits, smoke it. No. But if if the shoe fits, maybe it is with you, but even with another person, and that might be what keeps you from having stability in your own life and be able to do what you need to do, or cut off from a person because you feel responsible for them. So it can work either way. But if you're trying to get ahead in life and you find that you keep coming back to a particular person, or this, even if this is a job and you want to break away from it, but it's kind of like always back and forth, there may be other things that you have to clean up in your own personal life in order to do this. One of the reasons that addiction is problematic, besides the obvious like physical manifestations, the negative impact on the health, is that it can also impact judgment, it can cloud judgment, and it can create insecurity within the person so that they start doubting themselves more. That's what I see with the Two of Wands, maybe being at a crossroads in your life. If you're with somebody who has, if it's not addiction, but they have some kind of imbalance, perhaps even bipolar types of things, not diagnosing, it's always, I don't know who invented that accusation. It's just a label that lay people can use to indicate people with mood disorders who are very volatile emotionally. They're all over the map. One minute they're happy, the next minute they're down in the dumps. And this kind of person you may attract, Pisces, because they sense compassion from you when other people would get what's the word? Not exacerbated. I can't think of the word. I'm really spacing out here because I'm doing these in the morning. But irritated by, let's say irritated by the person. You're the one person that may be the holdout that will continue to support them when lots of people have abandoned them. And that's, really laudable, but the problem is that eventually even you may have to throw in the towel. But it may come like way longer than other people have tolerated it. And that's because this type of person, they won't appreciate it. They'll find some fault. Oh, you didn't support them 100% across the board, so you must be against them. So just a little heads up about what you may encounter with this type of person. That's why a clean break is probably the best. What is coming in is the hermit, which is maybe spending time alone, doing self-inquiry, soul searching, trying to decide what is the best thing. So yes, I do think that a decision is still in play, and You are tempted to cut things off right away, but it's hard for you because your emotions are engaged. But the outcome, the Three of Pentacles, this is a card that is the Architect's card. So this goes back to that, maybe that stabilizing influence. The Earth sign individual might be the one for you if you're deciding between two people. If not, a job that you can build on if you are deciding between two jobs, a job that, you know, you can grow with the company, that you get along with your coworkers and you work well together. You know, if you've met them during an interview and can get a good vibe from them. Because this is for the long haul, I think, with the Three of Pentacles, whether it's a relationship or otherwise. Sometimes things are bright, shiny objects and they look really good at first glance, but ultimately they are flashes in the pan. So it's important to be able to see the value in something that maybe is not instantaneously exactly what you want, but has a lot of potential if you work hard. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Have a great rest of July. Take care. Bye.